personal economy is not merely an academic or technical topic, it is a vital tool capable of transforming our lives. By understanding and applying key economic principles, we can take the first step toward achieving financial freedom. This issue is critical because it affects everyone, regardless of profession or income level. Learning to manage our finances, invest wisely, and plan for the long term can be the difference between a life of limitations and one of abundance and security. I invite you to join me on this journey, where you will discover how small changes in your mindset and financial habits can have a profound and lasting positive impact on your life and the lives of your loved ones. By grasping a few fundamental economic principles, you can apply them to manage your personal finances, grow your investments, and ultimately achieve wealth. Pay close attention to your personal finances because these principles have the potential to make you rich. I firmly believe that anyone with determination can become wealthy, even a millionaire, over the course of their working life. I have never encountered anyone who is responsible, punctual, dedicated, respectful, hardworking, reliable, and attentive who has not achieved their goals or made significant progress in their life. It is utterly impossible, just as it is impossible to eat healthily, exercise daily, and not develop a good physique. If you consistently do the right things until you achieve the desired results, there is no way you won't make substantial progress. A few years ago, I had an experience speaking to an audience of 1,200 people about success. I shared my belief that anyone could be successful if they followed certain steps in a certain way. During the break, I found myself surrounded by about 30 well-dressed men and women. As I mingled with them, a boy who had been sitting in the audience pushed his way through the crowd. With a voice loud enough to draw everyone's attention, he asked, "Sir, can I be successful too?" I looked at him, and all eyes turned to me, waiting for my response. In that moment, my mind raced, trying to find the right words. The boy continued, saying, "Sir, I live in a group home where we repair furniture. If I keep doing that, will I be a success too?" Coincidentally, the week before, I had been studying compound interest tables. I knew that if a person saves $100 a month from age 21 to age 65, and averages a compound rate of 10.5%, they will amass over $1 million over the course of their working life. I realized that this boy, despite living in a group home and repairing furniture, could retire richer than 99% of the US population, including doctors, lawyers, dentists, architects, engineers, salespeople, small business owners, corporate executives, and many others. All he had to do was save $100 a month. Then, a broader question came to mind: why do so few people become wealthy, even though they live in one of the richest countries in the world and earn substantial incomes throughout their lives? Consider this: if a person earns $25,000 a year and saves just 10% of that income, or $2,500 annually, and invests it to achieve a 10% return, compounded over 44 years, from age 21 to age 65, they would accumulate $1,794,762 through the power of compound interest. This means that if a child with no significant advantages can become a millionaire by saving $100 a month, and someone earning $25,000 a year can also become a millionaire by saving 10% of their income, then truly anyone can achieve millionaire status. This underscores the immense potential of consistent saving and smart investing, proving that financial success is within reach for everyone, regardless of their starting point. So the question I began to investigate is, why don't people become rich in a country like ours with the opportunities we have? Why do so few people retire rich? Well, these are what I consider to be the 5 reasons why most people don't get rich. Number 1, one significant reason people never become rich is that it never occurs to them that it's possible for them. This lack of belief stems from several underlying factors that shape their mindset and expectations from an early age. Most individuals grow up in a socio-economic environment where wealth is a distant concept. Their families, friends, and communities often belong to the working class or lower income brackets. In such environments, the daily focus is on making ends meet, not on accumulating wealth. Conversations about money often revolve around scarcity, bills, and debts rather than investment, savings, and financial growth. Without exposure to wealthy role models, the idea of becoming rich remains abstract. When people do not see anyone in their immediate surroundings achieving significant financial success, they internalize the notion that wealth is unattainable for them. This absence of relatable success stories makes it difficult for them to envision a different financial future. Cultural attitudes towards money and wealth also play a crucial role. In some cultures, there is a stigma attached to wealth, with perceptions of the wealthy being greedy or morally corrupt. Surely you have heard the saying that behind every great wealth, there is a great crime. These cultural narratives can discourage individuals from aspiring to become rich. Additionally, psychological barriers such as low self-esteem and a fixed mindset further inhibit their belief in the possibility of achieving wealth. People may feel that they lack the intelligence, skills, or luck necessary to become financially successful. The educational system often fails to teach essential financial literacy skills. Most schools do not offer comprehensive courses on personal finance, investment strategies, or wealth-building principles. As a result, many people enter adulthood without the knowledge needed to navigate the financial landscape effectively. This educational gap reinforces the belief that wealth is out of reach. Media also influences people's perceptions of wealth. Popular media often portrays the wealthy as exceptional individuals with extraordinary talents, luck, or backgrounds, reinforcing the idea that becoming rich is not for the average person. These portrayals can make wealth seem like an exclusive club that ordinary people cannot join. This lack of belief becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. When people don't believe they can become rich, they are less likely to take the actions necessary to achieve wealth. They may not pursue higher-paying careers, invest in education, or seek out financial advice. They might avoid investing or saving because they don't see the point. Without these proactive steps, the possibility of becoming wealthy remains out of reach. This is why people whose parents are rich are much more likely to become rich as adults, even if they start from scratch, than people who grow up in working-class homes. So the first reason people don't get rich is that they can't believe it's possible for them. And of course, if they don't believe it, they will never take the necessary steps to make this a reality. To break this cycle, it's crucial for individuals to challenge their limiting beliefs and expand their financial knowledge. Exposure to success stories, financial education, and mentorship can help shift their mindset. When people start to see that wealth is attainable, they become more motivated to take actionable steps towards financial independence. By changing their beliefs about what is possible, they open themselves up to the opportunities and behaviors that lead to wealth accumulation. The belief that becoming rich is impossible for them is a significant barrier for many people. This belief is shaped by their environment, cultural narratives, lack of role models, educational gaps, and media influence. Overcoming this mindset is the first step toward financial success, as it enables individuals to take the necessary actions to build wealth and achieve financial independence. The second reason people don't get rich, in my opinion, is that they never set their mind to it. In my opinion, one of the primary reasons people don't get rich is that they never truly set their minds to it. This lack of commitment and focus on achieving wealth manifests in several ways. Many people go through life without a clear vision of what they want to achieve financially. They might have vague desires to be comfortable or avoid debt, but they lack a specific, compelling vision of wealth. Without this clarity, their financial goals remain undefined, and they have no concrete target to strive towards. Achieving wealth requires sustained effort over a long period. People who don't set their minds to becoming rich often show inconsistent effort. They might save or invest sporadically but lack the discipline to do so regularly. This inconsistency prevents them from capitalizing on the power of compound interest and long-term growth. People who haven't set their minds to achieving wealth might become complacent with their current financial situation. They might feel content with getting by and meeting immediate needs without striving for financial growth. This comfort with the status quo can stifle ambition and prevent them from taking risks or making sacrifices necessary for long-term financial success. Setting one's mind to becoming rich involves a certain level of risk and the possibility of failure. Many people are deterred by the fear of making mistakes or losing money. This fear can prevent them from taking the necessary steps, such as investing in stocks, starting a business, or pursuing higher-paying opportunities, which are essential for wealth creation. Even if people have a desire to be wealthy, without a concrete plan of action, their aspirations remain just dreams. Setting one's mind to becoming rich means developing a strategic plan that includes budgeting, saving, investing, and continuously reassessing financial goals. Those without a plan are more likely to drift aimlessly, never making significant progress. If the result of listening to a tape like this or reading an article somewhere, it occurs to you that it is possible to become rich, the vast majority of people never decide to do it. They never make a firm and unequivocal commitment. A firm decision that they are going to get rich. They simply never make the decision, have no intention, nor hope to do so. They hope that one day they will, they wish and hope that it will happen, but they never decide. They never say, "I'm going to do it." Making this decision is a fundamental step to achieving financial independence. Now, the third reason why people never get rich is procrastination. People always have a good reason for not starting to do what they know they should do to achieve their goals and particularly financial independence. It's not always this month. Not this season. Not this year. Maybe next year. There is always a reason to procrastinate. And they keep postponing them. Month after month. Year after year. Until it's too late. Even if a person has thought of it and decided to do it, procrastination will kill them. When people do not have a firm commitment to becoming rich, they are more likely to procrastinate and delay making important financial decisions. They might postpone creating a budget, opening an investment account, or seeking financial advice. This procrastination can result in missed opportunities and delayed progress towards wealth accumulation. Procrastination has significant implications for financial success. Here are several ways in which procrastination hinders wealth accumulation. Many people put off creating a comprehensive financial plan. Without a plan, they lack clear goals and strategies for saving, investing, and spending. This delay means they miss out on setting a budget, identifying investment opportunities, and establishing an emergency fund, all of which are critical for building wealth. Investing early is one of the most effective ways to accumulate wealth due to the power of compound interest. However, procrastinators often delay investing, waiting for the perfect time or more knowledge. This hesitation means they lose valuable time that could have been spent growing their investments, significantly reducing their potential returns. Procrastinators may avoid addressing their debt, allowing interest to accumulate and making it harder to pay off over time. High levels of debt can hinder the ability to save and invest, trapping individuals in a cycle of financial instability. Procrastination often extends to learning about personal finance. Many people delay educating themselves about budgeting, investing, and other money management skills. Without this knowledge, they are more likely to make poor financial decisions, miss out on growth opportunities, and fail to protect their assets effectively. Saving for retirement is a long-term process that benefits immensely from starting early. Those who procrastinate may fail to contribute regularly to retirement accounts like 401(k)s or IRAs. This lack of consistent saving can lead to insufficient funds during retirement, forcing them to work longer or reduce their standard of living. Part of financial planning involves managing risks through insurance and other protective measures. Procrastinators might delay getting life, health, or property insurance, leaving themselves vulnerable to financial disasters. The lack of risk management can result in significant financial setbacks that are difficult to recover from. Financial plans need regular reassessment and adjustments to remain effective. Procrastinators may neglect to review their financial situation periodically, missing opportunities to optimize their strategies based on changing circumstances or new information. This can lead to suboptimal investment choices and missed opportunities for growth. Procrastination can also take an emotional toll, causing stress and anxiety about financial matters. This stress can further paralyze decision-making, creating a vicious cycle where important financial actions are continually delayed. The cumulative effect of this stress can lead to poorer financial health and reduced overall well-being. By addressing this habit, individuals can unlock their potential for achieving wealth and financial independence. The fourth reason why people retire poor is what economists call inability to delay gratification. This concept highlights the difficulty many individuals face in postponing immediate pleasures or rewards in favor of long-term benefits. They don't see money as a seed that needs to be planted and make it to work for them, but as a fruit to be eaten immediately. Many people have spent the money before they even received it. Instead of saving and investing money for the future, they prioritize short-term spending and consumption, flexing in front of their neighbors and trying desperately to impress them and keep up with the Joneses. This short-sighted approach often leads to insufficient savings and inadequate financial planning for retirement, resulting in financial struggles in present, and even worse in their later years. The irresistible tendency that the vast majority of people have to spend every penny they earn and every penny they can get. If we cannot delay gratification, if we cannot discipline ourselves to stop spending everything we earn and keep some of what we earn, then it is impossible to move toward financial independence. The fifth reason, and perhaps just as important as all the others, if not more so, is what I call lack of temporal perspective. In a longitudinal study conducted at Harvard University in the 1950s and 1960s, they investigated the question of upward socioeconomic mobility. In other words, how would you predict whether an individual or a family would rise up a socioeconomic group and be richer in the next generation than in this generation? And they looked at the factors of the studies. Was it the studies? No. Many well-educated people actually went down economically. Was it intelligence? Neither. Many very intelligent people are poor and cannot make a living. Born into the right family? No. Many people who were born into the right family also descended. Was I in the right part of the country? Was I in the right industry? What could predict whether a person would rise economically over the years? They finally concluded that there was only one factor and called it time perspective. And time perspective refers to the amount of time you take into account when planning day-to-day activities and making important decisions in life. Let me give you an example. It is said that upper-class families in England, as soon as they have a child, rush to Oxford and Cambridge to put him on the waiting list for exams, even if the child is not going to attend for another 18 or 20 years. This is a long-term perspective. The young couple who starts saving $50 a month in a scholarship fund so their newborn child can go to the college of their choice is a couple with a long-term perspective. Therefore, long-term perspective means the amount of time that is taken into account when making everyday decisions. People with a long-term perspective invariably rise financially throughout their lives. A person who goes to school, goes to university, goes to medical school, obtains a medical degree and now with the 10th of December, 13 years of training, becomes a doctor, is almost invariably guaranteed a very high standard of living. These 10 or 12 years are an investment in her career for the rest of her life. But they will also ensure a high standard of living for their children, a good school for them as well. Which means that children will marry better. Which means they will have a better life. Thus, the time perspective of a doctor who works 10 or 12 years may be 1 or 2 generations. It can be 50 or 70 years old when an immigrant couple arrives in the United States with nothing and starts working in a menial job and saves their money so that their child can go to school and university. This couple of immigrants, who now have their money, have social class and guarantee upward social mobility for themselves and their children. Now, the other side of the coin is for people who don't have any time perspective. The average professional has a time perspective of 10 to 15 or 20 years. For this reason, what I suggest is that you start to broaden your time perspective. Let's see that everything you do today is part of a long continuous process which will end up making you a successful and financially independent being, or a poor being. Many people start a career and it never occurs to them that they will be doing this for the next 25 to 30 years. And it is up to them to learn how to do it very, very well, so that they are paid the maximum that can be earned in this profession. These are the 5 reasons why people retire poor. First of all, they don't believe it is possible for them. Secondly, if they believe it, they will never propose it. Thirdly, if they propose it, they postpone it. And number 4, the inability to postpone gratification. The tendency to spend everything we earn and live day to day. And number 5, the short-term perspective. You will discover that all exceptional men have long-term perspectives and think long-term when making their day-to-day decisions. If you really want to get rich, these are the top ways fortunes are made in the United States. Number 1, the first on the list throughout American history, is one's own businesses, entrepreneurship, including real estate. 74% of the self-made millionaires in America, not only in this generation and in this century, but also in the last century, come from the cell phone business. People start businesses and develop them from the beginning. And as a result they became rich. Some of the richest families of our time have created their wealth in this sector. These are people who have started with nothing and built a business from scratch. Now, surprisingly, the second largest source of income for self-made millionaires in the United States is high-level executive positions. 10% of self-made millionaires are men or women who have joined large corporations and have worked for them for many years. They have been promoted to higher positions. They receive very good salaries, stock options, profit sharing and bonuses, and as a result of keeping the money, they have become millionaires. Not long ago, Lee Iacocca earned $26.7 million in 1 year. It's not too difficult to become a self-made millionaire if you earn this much money in a year. The third source of self-made millionaires in the United States are doctors, lawyers, and other professionals. Men and women who become very, very good at what they do reach the top of their professions. The fourth source of millionaires in the United States are salespeople and sales consultants. 5% of self-made millionaires are men and women who are sales experts. They never went to college, nor did they obtain professional degrees. Yet, they make a fortune because being good at sales is actually the mother of all professions. Some of them open their own businesses afterwards where they apply all they have learned and put it in practice. Being good at sales equips individuals with a versatile set of skills that are applicable in any career. From understanding human behavior and developing personal charisma to mastering effective communication and persuasion, these abilities form a strong foundation for professional success. Whether one remains in sales or transitions to another field, the competences gained from excelling in sales will always provide a significant advantage. But let us take a closer look at exactly what palette of varied qualities make a good salesperson successful and help them become millionaires in their industry, while being salespeople, and at the same time can be transferred successfully to any other area of business and entrepreneurship. Mastering the art of sales is often considered the cornerstone of professional success across various industries. The skills acquired through becoming a proficient salesperson are not only valuable but also highly transferable to virtually any other sector. A successful salesperson must develop the ability to read people accurately. This involves understanding body language, tone of voice, and subtle cues that indicate a person's true feelings and intentions. This skill is crucial in any profession that involves interaction with others, from management to customer service, as it allows for better anticipation of needs and responses. Salespeople often act as informal psychologists, understanding the motivations, desires, and pain points of their clients. They have to learn to read people, know which one is a time waster, and to anticipate their desires, tastes, needs, and the right approach to each individual person. A good salesperson always has developed to perfection their personal charisma. They use it as a magnet that attracts and retains clients. Salespeople learn to present themselves confidently, make lasting impressions, and build trust quickly. This charisma is equally important in public speaking, networking, and team management, where influence and connection are key. The ability to communicate effectively is perhaps the most universally applicable skill learned in sales. Good salespeople are articulate, clear, and engaging speakers who can convey ideas compellingly. This ability is essential in every professional field, from writing reports and delivering presentations to negotiating deals and leading meetings. Persuasion is at the heart of sales. It involves convincing others to see the value in a product, service, or idea. This skill is crucial for roles in marketing, law, politics, and any other field where influencing others' decisions is a core component. A high level of energy and enthusiasm is necessary for maintaining persistence and positivity in sales. This trait can lead to increased productivity and morale in any workplace. Energized individuals often inspire and motivate their colleagues, creating a more dynamic and driven environment. A good salesperson must thoroughly understand their product or service and the profile of the customers who use it. This deep knowledge allows them to address questions, overcome objections, and tailor their pitch to meet the specific needs of their audience. This expertise is invaluable in roles like product development, customer support, and consultancy. Salespeople excel at building and maintaining relationships, which is vital for career advancement and business growth. The networks they create can provide valuable connections and opportunities in any profession. In total, 99% of self-made millionaires in the United States come from their own businesses, 74%, senior management positions 10%, doctors, lawyers and other professionals represent another 10%. Salespeople and sales consultants another 5%. The remaining 1% is made up of all the people who have earned their money in the stock market, with inventions in the world of entertainment, by authoring books and songs, or as lottery winners. And all other sources of self-made millionaires are counted in the other 1%. And what all these people have in common is that they have known how to handle, manage and invest their money well, or they have left it in the hands of a professional and have not spent it all instantly. Let's start with the best definition of wealth. Wealth is the flow of cash that comes from other sources. You are not rich just because you make a lot of money. You are only rich when your money works for you. The job of money is to acquire more wealth. It has to be invested in such a way so that it generates more money. The key to making money is simple. It's called adding value. Successful people are simply those who can find ways to add value in some way to a situation, a product, or a service. Let me give you an example of added value. The Domino pizzas. They added value to pizza with fast delivery and created a multi-million-dollar success story as a result. Another example is buying something in one place at a certain price and putting it on display in another place at another price. For example, buying a product or service manufactured in Hong Kong, Taiwan, Japan or Germany, importing it to the United States and selling it at a higher price is a way to add value. All import and distribution is based on this principle. Another example is importing a product or creating a service that improves a person's life. That's another way to add value. A dentist who takes away pain is adding value. An accountant saving their client money on taxes is another way to add value. A salesperson who presents a new product or service to a customer is adding value. Now, all financial success, especially business success, is based on the old adage of finding a need in the market and filling it. Or find a problem and look for creative and practical solutions to solve it. The subjective theory of value says that all value is in the eye of the beholder, and that something is only worth what someone else is willing to pay for it. Every successful business is based on someone bringing together the factors of production, labor, capital, raw materials and management, and creating a product or service for which the end customer is willing to pay a price higher than the cost of production. That's one way to add value to the combination of ingredients. This success is called profit or added value, and it is the material from which great fortunes are made. Whenever you see an opportunity to give people what they want, at a price higher than what it costs to produce it, you see an opportunity to make a profit, build a business, and start moving toward financial success.